Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beeman Toyota in Nashville. Coming to you to answer a question that I haven't specifically gotten, but it's a pretty good thing to address. So what it is you have cup holders that are different on vehicles now than what they ever were. So there's different shapes, and there is actually a really cool reason for it. So follow me in here, and I'm going to show you something. Now this is an Avalon, all right. And what you'll notice in your Avalon is you've got two different cup holders in your Avalon, all right? And you'll notice that one of them is just like what you'd think. It's a circle cup holder. The other one, well, it's a little odd. You got no flat edge in the front. So the question is, why would you not just have two circular cup holders? I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? It does when you do this. You take your cell phone and you put it in there. So basically what you're doing is, if you try to put your cell phone in one of these, it might not fit. It might have a case on it. This one doesn't have a case on it. Well, if I had a case on here, this might not quite fit right. You know, a little bit bigger, maybe a Galaxy Note, which is a little bit bigger than this, maybe it doesn't fit in there right. You'll actually be able to obviously see how much room you have in here to where you can actually fit that a lot better. So they're designing cars now to where having a cell phone is, you know, it's going to be, you know, important. Now, of course, with the Avalon, you've got up here where you're going to place your cell phone for charging and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that you want to put it there every time. Some people just want to set it right in that cup holder, have it very accessible to them. So that being said, there's another way that they do it, and this is actually the most common way that I've found. And I'm going to pop over here to this Camry right here, and this is going to be the most common way that I've found that they're actually doing a lot of the cars, and it's for the same reason. It's just a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we're going to look down right here, and you're going to see you have two round cup holders, but you have your section in the middle here. Well, a lot of people be like, well, what is, you know, why is that there? Well, look, you can set your cell phone right into that section. Now, of course, you can set it up here, you know, and this one's good because you can hide your cell phone under the, you know, under the area when you pull up. This is on a Camry, of course, but your Tacomas are like this. I mean, I've seen your Lexus are like this, your Hondas, I've seen those do that. I mean, most car manufacturers now are creating it with this little area here, and that's realistically the reason why. So no matter how wide your phone is, and realistically no matter how big your phone is, I mean, this one right here, this is a S4. It's just actually an old phone that I had, but I record mostly with my phone, so I wanted to just bring an old phone, and then you guys could kind of see. So I mean, obviously my S8's a little bit longer that I usually record with, but you can, you know, depending on the size of your phone, you can set them in different ways. Now, if you have a cup in there, maybe you want to, you know, have this way. I mean, but the point is that you get places to set your phone now. So now, all that being said, if you have like an old Highlander or something like that, a lot of times you'll find like it has that pass through, and I can try to see if I've got something that's really handy here where I could show you guys that. Actually, I'll show you a new Highlander. How does that sound? Starting to get some new stuff on the ground here, so I'm actually really excited about that, to, you know, actually have inventory to show you guys. So but this is going to be a hybrid here, so I'll show you on the new Highlander. But on the old one, it had the little thing in between the two, which was kind of like a little flap, but that you'd remove. But you'll see this one, same thing, right? So they're doing this. And your Highlander actually has something a little different, because you got this little ledge right here, and if you're, you know, I'll pop this phone back out. If you want to, you can, you know, obviously set your phone up there, and it's going to work for you. Obviously, you know, you pop this little area, this thing up here, you pop that up, and you can actually run your cords through there. So not a big deal. Obviously, you have a second side that's over there that you could also do, and I'll give you a better view of that. But another side over here for your passenger, right? But Realistically speaking, though, what's the best spot to put your phone? It's actually right there, just as long as you don't have a cup in there, of course. So, you know, that just depends on who you are. You also have this right here that, depending on if you have an 8 or newer on your iPhone or on your Samsungs, that you can actually charge right there. So, but just kind of giving you guys an idea. They do have different ways that they shape your phone or shape your car now, just because of your cell phone. So it's actually kind of a cool thing to think about, that how much cell phones have shaped our lives, and basically the way we do things, and how we buy our cars. And now a lot of that is based off of your cell phone. So maybe you want Apple CarPlay in your car, maybe you want Android Auto in your car, and maybe you don't buy a specific year or a specific model of a car because it doesn't have that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of really interesting to find out. I mean, I've had people trade in a car that was only a couple of years old, nothing wrong with it, just trade it in because it didn't have CarPlay, and go to the next year that did have CarPlay. So realistically speaking, we do a lot of stuff just based off of the phone we get, and the options that puts into our hands, of course, when we are when we're buying a vehicle. So definitely wanted to talk to you guys about that, give you an idea as to why the cup holders are shaped the way they are and how they've changed them. You find some of the old ones, you'll have the circles, it'll only be circles. There are, like the older Highlander, it actually has one bigger, one smaller, and it has a little way to reduce it for something. But realistically speaking, the more and more that you get into the newer cars, you're going to find out that they are designed to accept your phone, so that you can put it in a spot that's very accessible, very easy for you to get at, and very easy to use. So hopefully you guys found that useful, but that's the reason I wanted to show you guys that. It's the way they're doing your phone on the new cars, so it doesn't really matter what brand you have. Obviously I'm with Beaman Toyota, of course, but if hey, check it out, see what kind of you guys have. Definitely put a comment in the bottom there. Maybe you got some odd shapes, but it makes sense for your phone, like the Avalon was. But definitely, Steve Watch Beaman Toyota. Definitely like, subscribe. I appreciate every one of you guys, and definitely give me that like. I do appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. So Steve Watch Beaman Toyota in downtown Nashville. Appreciate every one of you guys. You want to come down buy a car, I'm more than happy to help you guys out. Definitely reach out to me here at the dealership. We'll take good care of you. Steve Watch Beaman Toyota, downtown Nashville.